Hey guys, my name is Ray, and today's the day that we just got some newly released images of Game of Thrones Season 8. Now, the closer and closer we get to Season 8, it starts to turn more into reality. And I'm really excited we got some new images and some new content, and some new news has been trickling out since yesterday. But I just wanted to talk about these images today because I'm super excited. I was super happy when I saw that we actually got them. So I'm going to dig right into them, tell you some of my thoughts on each of these images, and then I'll probably dig into them during the weekend, during my live stream. You guys can check that out, 6:30 on the weekend, Saturday. All right, so let's dig right into these images. So for the first off, I see Bran Stark here, and Bran Stark looks like he's looking up since he is sitting down, in his chair. What could he be looking up at? Of course, immediately you think dragons. That's the first thing that came to my mind when I saw this image. So I don't think there's much there. Probably Bran looking at the dragons or something, or maybe the same thing that Arya was looking at one point. But I don't know. I think it's definitely dragons. Don't want to dig too much into it. Then we have this image of Brienne in the courtyard. And again, not much there. We do see hell of a lot of piles of snow in the background. That I think that's to show us that winter has officially hit Winterfell. It wasn't just snowing like before. Winter is here, and damn, that is a lot of snow. I wonder how they get rid of all the other snow there. I'm not sure if they use salt, but that's a hell of a lot of snow there. And not a lot in this image, in my opinion. We do see her with her Valyrian steel sword. It's interesting that she's actually holding it as if maybe she were to go into combat or something, because usually people don't hold their swords just to hold them. But I don't know. I don't want to dig too much into these images if there's nothing really there, but it looks cool. We see another image of Brienne where she looks a little bit worried here. She looks a little bit more serious, or like she's looking at something. I don't know. Maybe something is going down with Daenerys and them, Maybe they're talking about their strategy and whatnot. Maybe Brienne is worried. Who knows? Then we see this image here of Cersei, and I believe this image is her receiving maybe Euron and the Golden Company. We haven't seen a similar image to this in the trailer when she's, just standing there waiting for someone. She also did do this in season 7, when Euron was arriving at King's Landing. So it looks like it could be the same thing happening, only that this time Euron has the Golden Company. Then we have this image here of Ser Jorah Mormont and Daenerys, and I don't know, Ser Jorah looks like he's been through the ringer in this image. I don't know, for some reason he looks a lot older in this image. In other stuff that we've seen, he doesn't look this old, but in this image specifically, he looks a bit like the years have hit him maybe in a week or two. But it looks interesting, seeing him all armored out with his fur and whatnot, since he is a Mormont originally of the North. So it is interesting seeing him up there. And we do see a bunch of like scrolls and whatnot in the back and books. So it should be interesting to see if Samwell Tarly maybe is talking with her or something like that. Or maybe if Jorah tells him, look, this is Samwell Tarly who saved me. And then she's like, oh shit, Tarly. And, basically she killed his parents. If you guys haven't seen, I did a video about, Daenerys and Samwell Tarly. You guys could check that out as well. But, it is an interesting dynamic, right? Samwell Tarly did give Daenerys back Jorah Mormont, and Daenerys took Dickon and Randall from Samwell, even though they were dicks and they were evil to Samwell Tarly. It is interesting that he gave and she took. But if you guys want, you can check that video out. But it should be interesting to see what's happening here. I just assume since there's books, Samwell must be nearby. You know what I mean? We do see the books in the background again. She does have the similar clothing, so it should be interesting to see where it is. But it would be weird if she's smiling like this next to Samwell Tarly after telling him, I burned your parents, your dad and your brother and your family. But then again, could you imagine Samwell Tarly laughed after she said that she killed his dad and his brother? That would be twisted as fuck. Then we see Daenerys looking serious AF, right? Look at that face. She ain't playing, man. And I would imagine that the Northerners are going in on her. We know that this is going to happen. The actress that portrays Lyanna Mormont did say, I think recently, that she is not happy with Daenerys being in the North. We know that she was one of the people leading the charge to name Jon King in the North, and she likes Jon as King in the North. The fact that Daenerys is up here, it should be interesting, and I'm interested in seeing, what's happening here. How is it going down? How is it going to go down with the Northern Lords? We know they're going to go in on her. Let's just see how hard. We have seen an image similar to this, but I don't think this is the same thing. It looks like it's in the Great Hall, but I don't know. We don't really see anybody in the background. It looks like it's a little bit emptier here, which should be interesting with a castle and everybody from the north going to Winterfell. It should be interesting to see what the hell is happening here, because it looks pretty empty, and maybe Daenerys is finding out that Jon Snow is her nephew. Maybe. I honestly believe that in the first or second episode, this is going to go down. The simple reason is because Jon Snow is brooding too much early on in what we've seen. And we know that all the images and trailers that we've seen are going to be pretty much early on in the season. And speaking of Jon Snow, look at him. He is brooding. And where is he? I don't know. It looks in the back of the image, it looks like it could be nighttime, but then in the front, it looks like it could be daytime. So I have no idea. He looks like he's brooding. And again, it could be that he just found out who his mother was and his father. And, you know, they've been keeping this a secret from him. Bran, we do see Bran here, and Bran could have told him. And I honestly believe it's going to happen early on in the season. We see Sansa Stark basically receiving Daenerys and Jon. I'm pretty sure that that's what's happening here. We have seen this image, and the reason I believe this is that scene is because Brienne is right behind Sansa, similar to in that little snippet that we got. We also see that Bran Stark is right next to Sansa, so we see the Maester also here, and we see Podrick and them, so it should be interesting. I do think this is when they receive him, but I'm hyped as all hell anyways, but that's going to be interesting. I wonder if we're going to get a cold open. Then we see Sansa in the middle of the night, and basically we see like the fire, like the flames from like maybe torches and stuff in the background. Now it's interesting to see what she has here in her hand, because it looks like a bowl, but what concoction is it she has here? I have no idea what she has in this bowl, but it's interesting. I probably might have to look at it and think about it a little bit, but that did call my attention as soon as I saw it. Then we have an image of Tyrion Lannister, and we have barely got anything from Tyrion except him looking like blank spaces, like doing nothing, just very serious. So I have a video on Tyrion coming up, and I have seen like some stuff out there that, like, you know, thumbnails and stuff. I personally have been saying for like a year and something that I believe that Tyrion was going to betray Daenerys. So I have a whole video basically off of what we have gotten to this point, talking about why I think Tyrion is going to betray Daenerys. But I have no spoilers, no nothing. I don't even know what the hell, you know, has been leaked or whatever. But I should have that coming up soon, and I'm really excited because I've been putting in a bunch of work on it, and it should be very, very entertaining for you guys. I'm super excited for that video. So remember to stay tuned and look out for that video. But guys, this is the last image, and let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think? Do you guys enjoy these images? Do you guys pick up on something that I didn't, because I just saw them now basically? So, you know, it should be interesting. I don't know, I'm going to be going live on Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Remember to tune in for that. But as always, guys, it's a true pleasure. My name is Ray, and peace.